So you're seeing crews out early this morning before the sun came up, adding some more fencing and more brackets outside the United Center. This after people breached those fences during protest yesterday.
In just a few hours, we'll hear from Chicago police about those arrests. Our Darius Johnson joins us live now from the perimeter.
Good morning. Yeah, Chicago Police and the Office of Emergency Management are expected to have that news conference at 11 o'clock this morning. At that conference, we are expecting to hear a little bit more about safety measures and concerns, and also learn more about the number of arrests from yesterday. Those arrests came from when protesters, or agitators, if you must say, started to remove some of the fencing here to the security perimeter. Since we've been out here this morning, crews have added an additional layer of fencing. They've also started to add brackets here as well to prevent the same thing from happening again today. Take a look at when things happened. Hundreds, possibly 1,000, marched from Union Park to the United Center. Those marching are part of the 270 organizations that make up the coalition to march on the DNC. Their goal was to make their voices heard to those inside the United Center on night one of the convention. It all remained peaceful until some started to physically remove fencing that was meant to secure this area. They were then met by police in riot gear, leading to several arrests. At the scene, Superintendent Larry Snelling says safety is their #1 priority.
Our job here is to make sure that we keep the DNC safe, keep our city safe, and keep our people safe. We have no idea what they would have done if they gotten on to the other side. But as I said before, we're not going to tolerate anyone who is going to vandalize things in our city. We're not going to tolerate anyone who are going to commit acts of violence.
And right now you're taking a look at some crews who are installing some camera devices and what appears to be some additional communication. It's unclear if all of this is a result of some of the protests or if it's a result from the DNC. These are all things that we will be asking throughout that press conference later on this morning. So of course we will update you from there. We are on the Near West Side this morning. I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News, Chicago.
Darius, thank you so much for that update. Let's bring in Anthony Riccio, now former First Deputy Superintendent with the Chicago Police Department.
Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Yes.
You know, as Darius showed us, we're seeing a lot of added security measures, adding fences, cameras went up this morning. Do you think there are changes that can't be seen?
Well, there's definitely changes we can't see. And, you know, any good security plan is going to involve constantly tweaking it, constantly modifying it. And I think that's all they're doing here now. Yesterday was really a great day. I think it was a very successful day. There was that one breach, but make no mistake about it, there was another fence and a lot of cops between the protesters and the United Center. So even though they did breach that one section of fence, it was really not a huge concern. That's all been shored up. And like I said, there's constantly tweaking and modifying the security plan. And I think the cops are doing a great job so far.
Yeah, really interested to see, though, this morning already, before the sun even came up, those added reinforcements. So we're going to hear from the city police at this joint press conference at 11. We'll get an update on the arrest then. What do you think their message will be today after what we saw?
I think their message is going to be that so far they've been very successful in what they wanted to do. I don't think anybody's going to spike the ball. There's still a lot of convention left, and there's still probably some of the biggest protests are yet to come. But if you look at video and stuff from the scene, there's a lot of supervisors out there, which I think is an important part of this plan. There has to be a lot of supervisors. A lot of these officers, the whole department, really, a lot of the department is very young and inexperienced. So they're really being tested for the first time out there. And it's important to have all those supervisors out there to kind of keep these officers composed, keep them focused, remind them of their training. But I think what Superintendent Snelling is talking about as far as affecting arrests right away when something gets out of hand is really key to ensuring that everything continues to move smoothly. Criminal behavior is contagious, and as long as they stay on top of that and react quickly, I think it's going to continue to be successful.
Anthony Riccio, former First Deputy Superintendent with the Chicago Police Department, and also now the Director of Public Safety at Monterey Security. Thank you for taking time to be with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.